If I called you a metal elitist, what the fuck does that actually mean?
It's a compliment.
Yeah?
Depending on who it comes from.
So...
I've been called a metal elitist, but generally by non-metal people.
Okay.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, that's weird getting it from non-metal people.
Yeah. It doesn't really mean anything. It's the same as... It's just a stupid term that people have come up. Because... Right, I can tell you why it's come about. Let me tell you. My opinion on why it's come about. And it's partly because of fans. It's partly because of bands.
Yep.
Right. And that is this obsession with subgenring ourselves.
Right.
So rather than being a metal community, we're a doom community or a black and death community or a progressive black and death community. You know, it's not the core genres anymore. It's not like, you know, some genres exist for a reason, right? So it's like, I get metal encompasses too much. So, you know, black metal, death metal, completely fine with them being separated out.
Right, yeah.
And you know, black metal fans and death metal fans. Right? The more you split yourself out, the more you segregate everything into little pockets.
Yeah.
Like the natural human intention when you're in little pockets is that my pocket is the best. I'm better than your one.
Yeah.
I know best. And when you get into that stage, what tends to happen, especially these days with social media, is that we hurl insults. And metal elitism is an insult used that means nothing from one group to another to try and force them to listen to your opinion.
Yeah.
And if they don't like your opinion or don't listen to you, then you can call them a metal elitist because that's like an insult. It's just a strange thing. It's a human thing, isn't it? It's a ridiculous thing. If you like, okay, bad example because the first thing that popped into my head was nu metal. If you like doom, and I don't like doom, but I like 80s rock, and I say check that out, and you say I don't want to, or you do, and you say I don't like it, I now call you a metal elitist. It means nothing. It is just a load of bollocks made up by people as a way of saying it's not fair.
Okay, yeah.
Basically.
What do you do? What do you say when it's used in line for an argument where you don't want, say, I don't know, your metal festival to be plagued by jokes and fun bands, and you're no fun because you just want your metal festival to be a metal festival?
Well, yeah, that's not metal elitism, though, is it? That's just logical.
But that's the word that gets thrown around a lot.
But that's
including
what I'm saying.
Also gatekeeping.
Yeah.
That's another one, yeah.
Yeah. Like, so if somebody calls you a metal elitist because you want your metal festival to stay metal and not to incorporate something that's not metal, that's nothing to do with elitism, metal or otherwise. I mean, elitism is a thing, isn't it? It's not just about metal.
Of course.
Say you're an elitist, but you're a metal elitist, which is saying what? That I look down on other people
because of their tastes, yeah.
But it's not a looking down thing. We're not saying we don't want you to play here because we feel like we're better than you. That's not what we're saying.
Yeah.
That's elitism.
Yep.
What we're saying is we don't want you to play here because you don't fit into the categories that this festival is designed for.
Yeah.
That's logical. That's common sense. So anybody who calls you an elitist for that is illogical.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's just a nonsense insult. It means nothing.
Well, yeah, exactly that. I mean, you've summed up...
But generally what humans need to do... To humans, I am actually a human. I always do this like third party.
Yeah, humans.
Thing. Like what you humans need to do. Like I've come from another planet to advise you on things.
You escaped from Area 51.
Yeah, still looking for me. That's why they're going to storm it.
Yeah,
it's going to get me out. But
no, I'm glad you say it like that.
What you do with that insult, which is the same as you would like if you have an argument with somebody, and because of that you go, your mum's fat.
Yeah.
And you go, well, you haven't even met my mum. It's schoolboy stuff. It just means nothing. You just wipe it away with the nonsense that it is.
So I'm seeing this more and more come up, mainly through the circles we're moving, but relating to Bloodstock, where it seems to now be the going thing, at least in the interweb part that I frequent, to come up with the wacky idea and say, hi, I think this will go down really, really well, even though it's so far removed from whatever Bloodstock is and so on. And it's turned into this thing now where I know it's everyone, and me included, I was writing a comment on one thing, and I watched myself write these words. You know, I'm not basically, which summed up as being as, hey, you can like what you like, but, and it's like, why do I have to start with that? Because I do not want an 80s pop band fucking playing Bloodstock. No. Why do I have to write that? That's not being a metal elitist. But then those words actually came up later on in this thread. Someone was calling people that. Yeah. Oh, you know, you don't want to have fun. And it's like, no, I have lots of fun at metal gigs.
Yeah.
Just don't want that fun because it's a metal. I go there to get away from that stuff. That's what I'm seeing it used, and it's puzzling me.
I'm imagining we're probably both going to be referring to the same thread that I read as well, which was to do with, wouldn't it be great to have fucking Bananarama play?
But it was it was
break up
an 80s
the metal.
Yeah, an 80s throwback band.
The best response I saw to that was somebody who wrote, "Well, hang on, I go there for metal. I don't want to break it up.
Yeah.
Why would I want to break up the
metal?
Go
back to 10
if you're there for 10 hours and you feel like I need a break from the metal, it's probably not the festival for you. And that's not elitism. That's just common sense. If you go to a metal festival and you sit there and halfway through you go, oh, it's too much metal. Do you know what I could really do with like an ABBA tribute band for an hour? You're probably at the wrong place.
Absolutely.
That's all it is. So don't go.
Yeah.
And it's not elitism to say that. I'm not saying I'm better than you. I'm just saying that it sounds to me, like logically, if you're not enjoying the music, you might be at the wrong place. Anybody who calls me... The way that I would honestly advise people to deal with being called a metal elitist is just to say your mum.
Yeah.
And they go, well, that's a schoolboy insult. And you go, well, yeah.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. You'll use your one, I'll use mine. Or ask them to explain the actual definition of elitism.
Yeah,
how that refers to what you're saying. I do not like the same bands as you. You're an elitist. Well, hang on. That is not what elitism is at all. So yeah, I think it's just nonsense. I think it's a very, very typical example of... Right, I'm gonna go controversial on one of these comments, but fuck it. That's my thing. Right, first comment isn't controversial, which is I just think it's a typical social media warriors, keyboard warriors.
Okay.
Look at me, I found a new buzzword. I'm gonna call everyone that who doesn't agree with me.
Right.
You know, that's a very, very strange way to work. It's kind of communist, actually. You know, you say my opinion for everybody.
Okay, yeah.
And if you don't like it, I'm gonna punish you by calling you names. But the other way I'll say it is that I honestly think that half of the people that say this stuff online do it so that their phone buzzes repeatedly with comments for a while.
Okay.
And they don't even mean half the stuff they say. I think I genuinely think I read a lot of this stuff, a lot of these threads that get put up on these forums, and I just think, my God, could you seek any more attention any more desperately?
Yeah, I agree about the attention seeking.
Do you even mean it? Or are you just hoping that will get enough reactions that your phone buzzes all day so people go, oh man, you're popular?
Yeah. I agree with you about attention seeking. That often... what else are you looking for if you would literally sit there and go, oh, you know what would be really fun? A village people circle pit to YMCA. I saw this video floating around and all that. And it's cool and all that. But that sort of then descended into, oh, that'd be awesome at festival we go to and stuff like that. And it's like, no, it wouldn't be. We don't want that. It's not being a killjoy. It's not being no one's standing above you going, no, we're better than you because we don't like that. Yeah. It's like, no, you're cool to like that, but go do like that where that exists.
It's a strange thing. The whole fucking thing is a strange thing. Like, I see things on the forums, right, and I think they're great. You know, I see things like people promoting their band. And I think, to me, that's a good use of the forum.
Yeah.
You know, hey guys, you know, we played Bloodstock last year and we got a new album coming out, and there's a link to it if anyone's interested.
Yeah.
Good use of a forum. Bit of general banter, a bit of chit chat. I get that. That's fine. What I just don't really see a lot of that. What I see a lot of it is things that to me aren't like, they don't make sense. And I know this is only my opinion, so I may be wrong, but I'll see somebody go on there and make a sweeping statement about basically about the fact that with sum it all up, he's an introvert.
Okay, yeah.
You know, and the point of him doing the statement is so that everyone can basically say, "We'll cuddle you."
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I am also an introvert, and I know a few introverts, and I would honestly say that the most introverted thing you would do is to go out and publicly exclaim yourself to be an introvert.
Yeah.
In fact, what we tend to do is to shy away from the public fucking thing.
Point, yeah.
You don't necessarily want the world. You don't walk around with a banner saying, I'm an introvert, please bother me. So I watch a lot of this stuff, and I just think a lot of the time it is just, I don't know if it's done in a nice way and it's a cry for help, whether it's a lonely person who just wants some likes, or whether it is just a bell end who's thinking, oh, I might just write this funny thing. I'm so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, look at my phone buzzing. I don't know. The initial question though, the term metal elite is, first of all, it's factually incorrect. It doesn't make sense to use elitism in the way that they mean it.
Yeah.
Which is basically, if you don't like my music, you're an elitist.
Or you don't like my idea.
In fact, that kind of commanding, that person who feels that they are in a position to enforce their rules upon you, and if you say no, you're an elitist. It's kind of slightly reversed, actually. You know, if you're going to try and push your ideas out into the masses and say you either like this or you're all wrong. Yeah. We probably have more of an argument to say that you're acting quite elitist.
Yeah.
In all of this stuff. But generally, I think 99.9% of the time, it's just used as a misunderstood playground insult now, because it's a buzzword. And it'll be replaced by another buzzword next year, and the year after that, and the year after that.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go.
you
Metal
go.
elitism covered by us.